You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bowl. The Bowl. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football. Simulcast on AM 1400, The Growler. And on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
Good afternoon. It is a gray day in a lot of the United States, but it is a great day to start out rivalry week here on South Tucson Youth Football Week 4, which means conference play begins. And we got a doubleheader for you today. Here on KYST, Pablo's Roadside Tacos taking on Abigail May's Aggressive Steakhouse. Gluttony League action between two teams starting the season at 2-1 after non-conference games concluded. And I'm looking to see if this is... Oh, excellent. Excellent. There we go. Cool. Easy enough. And, of course, this is, my name is Brian. I am flying solo at the moment here on KYST for some South Tucson action. And we're going to get right into our game without any delay. Pablo's Roadside Tacos, Abigail May's Aggressive Steakhouse. Here are your star players, brought to you by Florida Georgia Lime. It's the kind of drink you want to have when the moon comes up and the stars go down. You find a little spot on the edge of town, twist off, sip a little, pass it around. But you're not going to want to pass around that Florida Georgia Lime. You're going to want it all for yourself. Looking first at Pablo's Roadside Tacos. They've got 3 star players. 2 of them made it for picture day. One not pictured is, let me find the name, the list right there. Not pictured is wide receiver Jabroni Robbins, but that in the middle there is quarterback Gary, Indiana, and on the left their star linebacker Collateral Damage. And the other side of the football is Abigail May's Aggressive Steakhouse, starting off the season at 2-1, looking to put a good mark, nice little brand on their start of their season in conference in the Gluttony League. That is their star player, O Contrarius Monfrere. Their star wide receiver also on the team is linebacker Hunky Burley and tight end Johnny Dickshot. So we'd love to see who you think is going to win this one. Let us know in the chat who you think. As it is, of course, rivalry week. These guys are playing for the Hammer of Pork. The Hammer of Pork. It is a pork. It is just a lot of pork that has been fashioned into the Hammer of Thor, except it's the Hammer of Pork. And they wanted to call it Mjolnir, but that's a cow and that's not pork. But you know what? They tried. They really did try. Bless their hearts. And Pablo's Roadside Tacos, you know, they're amped up here at game day. They've got a lot of fans with a lot of signs. You know, mostly just like a lot of roadkill related signs. Just mostly that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff in Spanish, and you know the crowd does not really love that too much, but they kind of embrace that hate. So let's go down to the Muni and find out how this game is going to go. You are looking live at Municipal Field number 75 in downtown South Tucson, Arizona, for the first half of our doubleheader here in Week 4 Rivalry Week. It is the battle for the Hammer of Pork between Pablo's Roadside Tacos and Abigail May's Aggressive Steakhouse.
Number 26, entering time.
That is Abigail Mays in all white with a dark blue helmet. The away team receiving, going right to left on your radio dial. O Contrarius Monfrere with the return. And they will start things off from the 40-yard line. Pablo's Roadside Tacos on defense in their home uniforms of gold helmets and jerseys and red pants. It's going to be incomplete to get things started. Pablo's pride themselves on a pretty solid defense. You know, they've had some pretty good wins so far. They're sitting at 2-1. Their RPI is 16. They got wins over Happy Release Manicures and Ballet Bob's Dance Studio. The only loss is against Ted's Baby Clothes Emporium, who so far are still undefeated. They are sitting at 3-0. They play later today. Our second game, of course, will feature a 3-0 team. It will be featuring Blind Bob's Firing Range taking on Autopsies by Candace out of the AFC, the American Freedoms Conference, a conference that's been showing up pretty well this season. And there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Face mask.
And a face mask means everybody take a drink, and I'm going to go ahead and crack open a Florida Georgia Lime. Oh, there it is.
Still first down.
And, you know, they're paying us money to drink this, and I can't imagine it's any that bad. It probably tastes like, you know, any sort of limeade or lime soda. Oh, God. It's really good. It's really good. Ugh. All right, and Abigail Mays moving down the field pretty well, down to the 23-yard line. That penalty definitely helped, but they are moving the football pretty well, and that is thanks to their offensive playbook of Georgia Tech. So a little bit of a run-based offense, a lot of the option, but they know how to. They definitely know how to handle the football. And you feel like they're just waiting for one good season to break out. Just as I say, it's Simeon Patton. Their quarterback is sacked, and it's 4th and 12. I guess you're going to be... If you hear that bang in the background, that is... we're in a radio studio, and there is a... we're sharing studio space with a do-it-yourself hardware radio show, so bear with us on that. You know, it's Hammer Week over on that hardware show on KYST. We're sharing the studio space with them, but nonetheless, it's blocked in the end zone, and Pablo's gonna take over, going for it on 4th. A bold move. Bold like the steaks you can get at Abigail Mays Aggressive Steakhouse. And expect to see a lot of good running from Pablo's Roadside Taco. Cody Crosby only gets a yard on that first carry. They like to run the option. They run the option run play, run the option run offense, so it should be pretty good. They'll like to, if Abigail Mays will like to spread the field a little bit, but they're going to want to close down on the runner because they can just get off plays like that. Jabroni Robbins, 11-yard catch and a first down for Pablo's. And a good start by Gary, Indiana. And this is going to be, this is what we're talking about, you know, and they opt to just run it, and that husky quarterback, Gary, Indiana, is just shoved right on his keister. But gets the first down, and that is Abigail Mays. Their offense, their defense is going to have their head on a swivel, because they're going to have to see pitch plays like that. Quentin Kane only gets a yard. Good read by the Steakhouse. And handing it off up the middle. Quentin Kane gets 9 yards. It's 3rd and inches.
That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
And Pablo's Roadside Tacos moving the football pretty well downfield. Similar to how Abigail Mays were able to do that, but Abigail Mays unfortunately forced to go for it on 4th after a sack that put him out of field goal position. In case you joined us late, no scores so far in our first game. It'll be a first down for Quentin Kane. Another handoff. Oh, and a wide open hole for Kane getting 20 yards. That's got to be Kane.
First down.
Nice screen pass. Lester Matthews gets 9 yards, tackled short of the first down marker.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
Pablo's just using this option so well. And a lot of time for Garriani to throw. He's got someone wide open. It's Jabroni Robbins for a touchdown. Pablo's open the scoring as the first quarter comes to a close. Extra point is good. Kickoff to All Contrarious Monfrere, taking it 25 yards. And Abigail Mays have a second chance at this one with 50 seconds. 5-0 left in the...
Number 23 makes the tackle. That's a gain of 6 on the play.
40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Abigail Mays up to the 47-yard line. 2nd and 4.
Personal foul.
Boy, they are really going to town on Hammer Week.
Defense. Automatic first down.
And the Steakhouse down to the 40-yard line. Gonna hang on to it is Simeon. Takes a hit, gets an extra 5 yards. Patton.
That's a gain of 15 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Internet security alert. Your computer might
good.
be infected by harmful viruses. Please do not shut down.
Ah, that's always fun. Love those little pop-ups that show up and try to make you think you have an issue. Oh, that'll be fun coming up on the YouTube. Well, at the end of the first quarter, Pablo's Roadside Tacos lead by a touchdown. The only touchdown of this game so far. It's 7-0 over Abigail Mays' aggressive Steakhouse. And Patton going to take it down the sideline, gets a first down, 12 yards.
Gain of 12 yards. First down.
Maybe it for a back-and-forth game as Pablo's Roadside Tacos had, of course, their fun little between-quarter promotion of Eat My Taco, where, let's just say there were some female contestants
That makes it 2nd and 10.
who could win a nice $20 gift card to Pablo's Roadside Tacos. By having a little taco eating contest, and they were placed in a certain... You know what? Look at this! Freddie Holt with a touchdown for Abigail Mays, keeping me from having to describe that any further. And that is going to tie this game up at the start of the second quarter.
The kick is good.
Extra point is good. We are tied up with 4:17 to go in the second quarter.
It's deep to return. Tate returns the kick. Kickoff returns 23 yards. Gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
And Gary, Indiana, keeping it for himself, taking 19 yards. So they are right back to it. A lot of options to run for Pablo's Roadside Tacos. That might make them a dangerous team to watch here in the Gluttony League this year.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Double tight. 3 down. Check 93 for Mike. 93 for Mike.
And oh, flag on the play, but just a pile of mess as that play breaks down.
Foul. Face mask.
And a face mask
Defense.
on the defense is going to bring that ball even closer to the 8-yard line. Van Mangum,
Automatic
great
first
name,
down.
not one of ours. Van Mangum is a fantastic name. And it's almost like makes up for the fact that, they just committed that horrible penalty. Gary, Indiana, tackle. Only gets 2 yards in that one, 2nd and goal.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and goal.
3 down. Check 93 for Mike.
There's a flag on the field.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And another face mask penalty, this time on D.D.
Automatic
Patrick.
First down.
Moving the ball even closer, down to the 5. Making it 1st and goal. That's the real penalty, is the fresh set of downs for Pablo's.
That's a gain of 2.
They're going to get 2 yards up the middle for Quentin Kane. 2nd and goal. You hear those chants of eat, 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 Buffalo. Eat Buffalo, which is a reminder of what
Offense.
Abigail Mays is having as their special on the menu lately. A 10-yard holding penalty.
Still 2nd down.
So that's going to move Pablo's back to the 13. A costly mistake. As it's 2nd and goal. Faking the handoff. There's the pitch play. Last minute as Gary undertakes the tackle. Only gets 2 yards on the play. It's 3rd and goal. Abigail Mays have put on some solid defensive stops. They have been able to handle. They're starting to get a handle on this offense. It's not surprising them as much anymore. But, oh, Gary, Indiana to Robbins. Jabroni Robbins with the touchdown. Just as I say that Abigail Mays has been starting to figure out the run, they air it out, and Jabroni Robbins puts Pablo's back in the lead.
The extra point attempt is good.
14-10. And El Contreras Monfrere returns again. So Abigail Mays have 1:27 to go in the half to try to tie this game up. First play up the middle, Jesse Macklin, 7-yard catch, and they call a timeout. So up to the 39-yard line.
Makes the tackle. Gain of 6 yards. First down.
Watch the screen. Pass. Hey, check back 25. Check back 25. Set. Blue 14. Pass.
Gain of 2 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7. Timeout called by the offense.
Check back. Check back. 25. Set. Oklahoma.
Simeon Patton only getting a yard on that one. 3rd and 6. 1 timeout to go. They're just hurrying to the line. At this point, Patton's going to hang on to it. He's going to get the first down. 9 yards. And at this point, the most important thing is just to make sure you don't have to punt the football back to Pablo's with any significant time left. Patton going to air it out downfield. Caught by Ramon Price. 31-yard catch. And they're going to hurry to the line with 36 seconds to go. They are inside the red zone down to the 13-yard line, excuse me. Patton dropping back again. And he's going to take a hit, losing 3 yards on the play. Ball spotted on the 15. 2nd and 13, there's the throw. Almost picked off, but dropped. 3rd and 13, they are going at a fast clip here on offense. Abigail Mays, they still got 1 timeout left in the pocket to use. And 4th and 13 means they don't have to use it. They're going to go ahead and kick the field goal and make it 14-10. We're looking at about a 27-yard field goal attempt. Off the uprights and no good. So all that hard work, that big play of Patton to Ramon for 31 yards ends up logging them 0 points. And Pablo's maybe going to take one more chance going downfield. 12 seconds to go. They're going to hand it off instead. Gary, Indiana's going to get 15 yards, and they're going to call a timeout. They're going to see what they can get out of this one. 7 seconds to go. They get all 3 timeouts. They may have a chance at getting into field goal range. Shotgun snap. That's another first down. Can he get out of bounds? He can. Jabroni Robbins, 12 yards out of bounds. 1st and 10, but 2 seconds to go. They're going to have to go for the end zone at this point. Airing it out, end zone. Dropped, but there's a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Roughing the passer. Does that mean we get another play or Van Mangum again?
Automatic first down.
They will get another shot at this. Cannot end the half on a penalty. So from the 38-yard line and too far of a field goal attempt, they're going to get one more shot at the end zone. And he's going to air it out. It's caught. And a touchdown for Pablo's.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
There's a face mask on the scrum by XXX Kilpatrick. They'll certainly decline that and take the touchdown. Extra point is no good. Just shanks it. Well, what an exciting end to the first half. Abigail Mays, Aggressive Steakhouse, missing a field goal after trying to kill the end of the half. They end up giving up. They end up missing that and giving up a touchdown in the last play of the half, thanks to a penalty, to Pablo's Roadside Tacos. Unbelievable. Well, this is going to be our halftime sponsor spotlight, where we take one of our local sponsors and thank them for their support of South Tucson Youth Football, and let them tell you a little bit about them. So we're spinning the wheel right now. And today we're going to tell you a little bit about the Binging Texan Barbecue Buffet, one of my favorite locations. One of my favorite places in South Tucson. We'd like to thank them for all their support. And if you've gone to the Binging Texan Barbecue Buffet, they'd like to thank you for your support. Because the Binging Texan is a special location. It's one of the favorite, most popular places in South Tucson. It is a barbecue buffet. You want any sort of barbecued food, brisket, pulled pork, chicken, ribs, sausages, smoked sausages, just any sort of meat, flank steaks, just, all sorts of great stuff. Sides, and what you just do, cornbread, hush puppies, okra, what you do is you get a burlap sack. And you show up and you just shovel all that food into that burlap sack. And you just put it all together. And what happens is when you're done to leave the buffet, there is a person who has a pitcher, like one of those full-on pitchers like you get a beer or soda. And it's full of binge sauce, which is mixed with gravy and Crisco. And they pour that in. And then there's somebody down there who's just got to rustle the sack.
Defense.
And you are handed a spork, a wooden spork. And you are on your way to sit on the floor and eat with your spork out of your burlap sack. And I gotta tell you, the kids love it. It's a fun family location. And you know what? You're just able to eat all you can, take all you wants, but eat all you takes at the Binging Texan Barbecue Buffet, one of my favorite places in South Tucson. And we'll get things started with our second half. Pablo's have the football. They're already over the 50-yard line on the 45 as it stands.
That'll bring up 32.
Got double tight. Double tight. Three down. Check 93. Fight. 93. Easy, easy, easy.
That's a loss of 2 yards on the play. That brings up 4th and 3.
Time right. Three down. Check 93.
And Lester Matthews going to catch that one for a loss of 1, so that's going to be a turnover, and Abigail Mays will take over for the first time in this half. That is some strong defense played by them, and let's see if they can get the offense going and make this a competitive game. Patton's going to break through the middle. Stopped by the secondary for 6 yards.
Clifford carries the ball. Call it a gain of 10 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Marty Clifford up the middle for 6 yards.
6 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Roger. Hey, check my 45. Check my 45. Get up, guys. Get up. Set. Oklahoma.
Rushing down for a loss behind the line. Loss of 2 yards on the play. That makes it 37.
And good defense there, 4th and 7. And a punt coming from Abigail Mays. And that punt taken, and it's going to be basically tackled right at the spot of it. First down at the 31 for Pablo's. I tell you, if and looks like a kind of a half bootleg, but Gary Indiana sees nothing and has to throw it away. Second down.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Pablo's maybe running away with this game if they can get another touchdown here. This might be well out of reach for Abigail Mays. Aggressive Steakhouse, a little fancy footwork by Gary Indiana. Oh, and Lester Matthews just flattened. Turns looking to run.
3rd down.
And that's going to be a first down, caught by Quentin Kane. The running back can catch as well. 1st and 10.
Tackles him for a loss. That is a loss of 1 yard on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10. Johnstown makes the grab. Number 23 makes the tackle at the 47-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
And a penalty flag. Face mask going to give a fresh setter down to Pablo's. Marty Massey called for that one, so write that name down for who you want to make fun of and beat up in school on Monday.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
D.D. Patrick called for the penalty. It's 1st and goal for Pablo's. Abigail Mays shooting themselves in the foot, which this time is not even done to promote the shoot yourself in the foot for a free steak promotion, which is exactly like what it sounds like. Touchdown, Pablo's! Extra point is up. It is good. It's a 20-point game, 27-7. Pablo's over Abigail Mays.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, pick your game up. Hey, check my 45. Down. Blue 19.
Patton gonna make it all the way over the line of scrimmage, over to the first down line.
First down. Up 2nd and 5.
I got two.
And that's going to bring it into the third quarter, 27-7. This game is opening up. Loss on the play. It's 4th and 9, and out comes the punt unit. It's got to be 4:53 to go.
Number 53 with the tackle at the 44-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
Patton again taking a big drop back. He's gonna get it. They are going for broke on this one. Chance Bozeman with the catch and the first down. Down to the 32. Abigail Mays need to make these big plays. And of course, sorry, I was a little distracted by the between quarter.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
The promotion they had on the by the end zone was the roadkill relay, the Pablo's Roadside Tacos roadkill relay, where they had these little like Power Wheel kind of things, like these little motorized. I guess they were kind of like kind of the motorized cooler things, and people were riding them into. Well, just a second, I'll get into that in a second. Jesse Macklin with a touchdown. Abigail Mays get one back, but they are still down by 2 scores, 27-13. But it's a start with 4:07 to go in this first game. They had 2 teams of 2, and each of them, the teams were on these like motorized, like those like cooler carts, but kind of like they were kind of tricked out, like they almost looked like Power Wheels. And the first person had to drive on a course and run over a bunch of stuffed animals. It wasn't like a straight line either, and then pass off, and then on the way back, they switched off, and the other person had to collect all the roadkill and place it all into a taco shell, roll it up, and then be declared the winner. And I gotta say, that's a lot of fun to watch when you come down to this Muni and watch Pablo's. It's a great activity. It's really fun. And right now, Pablo's looking to celebrate a win. They're going to try to take as much time off this clock as possible. They got a 2-score lead, 13-point lead, 27-14 with 3:44 and counting to go. Short pass up the middle to Quentin Kane, the running back. He's got 22 yards so far catching, but a lot more running. And Gary, Indiana, good stats for him. 14 for 16, 163 yards. And he's going to take a sack after having a bit of a stroke. No one was there to take his hand off. Losing 4 yards, and Triple X Kilpatrick with his first sack of the game. 2nd and 14. But Pablo seem happy to just run down this clock. They don't mind it. They're going to want Abigail Mays to burn their timeout. They have not yet.
There's a flag on the field.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Automatic first down.
Gary Indian up the front for another 7 yards. 2:16 to go. in this game. Pablo's just continuing to run it right down the middle. Abigail Mays forced to take another timeout. They're down to one timeout, 3rd and 1, and you know Kane's going to be getting this one again. Take it right up the middle. No, it's going to be Gary Indiana. Nice handoff. Pitch play, enough for the first down. And forcing another timeout for Abigail Mays. He got out of bounds. I think that would have stopped the clock. Well, troublesome management by Abigail Mays, and Pablo's are going to be content. That's Hunky Burley with the tackle. And we haven't said a lot because the defense of Abigail Mays were unable to cope with that option play of Pablo's Roadside Tacos. So we're going to improve to 3 and 1. And they will take the hammer of pork. And they get to go over to the sideline and reach for that hammer of pork. That's another first down for Cody Crosby. And I think they should be able to kneel it out and bring an end to this game. One more play, one more knee, and this should be it. Unless they decide to be dicks, but it looks like they're set up in victory formation. Yep, Gary, Indiana. Gonna kneel it out, bring this game to a close. They had it in hand well from the very beginning. Pablo's Roadside Tacos getting the win. And stick around because our next game is coming up. Blind Bob's Firing Range taking on Autopsies by Candace. We're going to go off the air for just a second. Not really off the air, but we're going to go off. We're going to bring up the test pattern in a second and bring a conclusion to this broadcast. So thank you for joining us. The final score, Pablo's Roadside Tacos 3-1. They got a game against Tremor's Pizza in Week 5. Abigail Mays Aggressive Steakhouse dropped to 2-2. They've got the creamy surprise in Week 5 at home as they take on the defending champions. That's it for us here on South Tucson Youth Football. I'm Brian. This has been South Tucson Youth Football on KYST, and we'll see you next time.